and right into the stretch. Looking back and throws up the middle. Rose is on his way around. Picked up by Otis.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say, here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now?
You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati.
Hi! You are watching live to the best damn Cincinnati sports podcast this side of the Swordsville Westchester Road. My name's Santori Miles. We got Cincy James. That's it. How we doing? How we doing?
How is everybody out there? I hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah,
Santori,
Greg.
how about you?
I'll be doing better. Greg, stop cheating on us.
He's a cheater. He's
all
a
right.
podcast cheater.
He's over there hanging out with the old shoulder pads on Jeff's podcast.
I don't know if you've ever listened to the Fantasy Focus podcast back when
Nope.
Matthew Berry was on it. He used to say that if people went on a different podcast, they were committing podultery.
Mm-hmm. I never do that.
That's what
I've
Greg's
never been on another podcast.
ever.
Strictly this one.
Well, we do have I don't think it's going to be a long show, but we do have a solid show coming up for everybody. Oh, we got T-Bowls in here. Who dey, fellas? I'm usually work during all the live streams when all the podcasts drop. Well, thank God you're here, T-Bowls. Love it. Love it. And Mom, the dynamic duo. Look at that. But we're gonna dive into Joe Mixon's contract. Kind of changed. Then we're gonna
3 outs.
Oh, lovely. Then we're gonna jump into
Sorry. Live update.
See, I'm one pitch behind, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
he strikes
3-2.
out on a slider in the dirt.
Love it. And then we're going to dive into what we're talking about right now. The Reds, they finally called CES up after he's been hitting 6,000 down in AAA.
I don't think that's right.
It's not right. It's definitely not accurate. That'd be some kind of record. But
Mathematically impossible.
Yep. Sorry for my grammar. LOL working. Too excited, guys. Hey, love to have you. And Mom, yes, we did mention you. Hello. So, Santori, you want to do our first sponsor?
I guess. Booze.
That's it.
Viking themed booze. From Delaware. They won awards. Subtle Buzz, Montana.
Wow. Well done, sir.
The Cliff Notes version. Brimminghorn Meadery.
There it
Do
is.
you like honey? Do you like wine? Do you like mead? Do you like beer? Do you like all the other stuff? I do, and I don't even like to drink. But this stuff's good. Tastes like a nice little honey dewdrop on your taste buds. It's fantastic. Give our boys over at Brimminghorn a call. Use our code HOODAY9 for 15% off 2 bottles or more. You can even get shipping if you live in Montana. They've updated that. They fixed it. Montana is part of the program. I don't think Jersey is, though. Maybe one. I don't know.
Stipulation, I think.
Get out of those states, man. Get a bottle shipped to you. Brimminghorn Meadery. Good stuff. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Oh. Can we get sued for that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
probably
think they
not.
use that anymore.
You're probably right. All right. So the next sponsor we've got is Three-Way City, bringing the sights and culture of Cincinnati to fashion. Named after the traditional Cincinnati-style chili spaghetti, our good friend Adam founded Three-Way City with all of that in mind. From hats to shirts to jackets, grab a piece of Cincinnati on threewaycity.com today.
I love Adam, but Ellie's up, so we need our attention on Ellie.
Hey, well, I got the read in. We're good.
All right, we got a fucking submarine pitcher out there. He's scraping his elbow on the ground. Ball 1 to Ellie.
Oh, gosh. So, looks like we got a little play-by-play action for you guys. Hopefully, everybody likes the
Ball
Reds.
2 to Ellie.
If not, what are you doing watching us? Because we
Man,
cover
kid.
them.
What a way to start the ninth if you'd walk this guy. Oops.
Oh, that would be great.
I'll give you a play-by-play.
Oh,
The
he
2-0
is.
from Rogers. Strike one at the knees. Was a little bit low. Kind of a generous call. Stretching the strike zone a little bit. We don't want to be here all day for 2 games.
For 2. Right.
That
Well,
probably was a ball. But you know what? Ellie's 8 feet tall, so we'll give him a break. And ball 3 at the knees. We're a pitch away from Ellie Electric being on the bases. He might steal home. Just end it. Just end it, Ellie. Do it by yourself.
Hey, for some reason, my wife's talking about the good old-fashioned 3-way. I don't know what's going on there. Goodness.
Ellie just fouled one off his ankle bone. So
Crypt?
full count.
What's up, man? We've got a little play-by-play for you, Crypt. Mr. Santori Miles is doing a little play-by-play for everybody.
It's been a hot minute since I've done this.
That's okay.
Here, we'll actually do it official. We'll do this right.
Do it.
Rogers gets the sign. And the 3-2. And that's fouled off down the left field line about 20 rows deep.
Ooh.
There's a full 100 people there right now. Hopefully that fills up for the second game.
I tell you, that rain last night, that was bad. You like my color commentary?
The 3-2 again. Fouled down the right field line. He hit that one about 400 miles an hour.
400.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
New StatCast record.
I like that.
Ellie adjusts the chains, steps back in the box, windmills the bat once. Hands steady at the waist. Rogers gets the sign. Ball 4, way outside, and we're off to the races.
Atta boy. I'll just be like Dave Lapham. Bam! That's a walk.
That might be coffin nails.
It might be.
All right, that'll bring TJ Friedel to the plate. Steps in the box. 0 for 3 today with 2 flyouts and a ground out. The first pitch to Friedel, shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1.
We did that at the same time, Greg.
Friedel stares at the bat. Flores playing way in on the grass. Holding Ellie on at first base. Not a huge lead. The 1-0 to Friedel. Shows bunt. Ellie goes. Throw down. And they got him. Oh, my God. Ellie asks for a review. He may be in there. That was a hell of a throw.
I'm loving the play-by-play.
This is all okay. I'm glad we get to watch.
David Bell asks for the review. Here we go.
How's it looking on the review?
Woo, that's damn close. I think he might be safe.
Is there enough evidence to convict?
It looks like he's safe. I just finally saw it.
Yeah, he should be safe. His hand's in there. It's bang, bang. I don't blame the guy for saying he was out. It was a hell of a throw, a great tag, but, man, that extra inch or so that oven mitt gives you probably saved his ass right there.
How many outs are there? How many outs are there?
No out.
Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if they called strike on Friedel or not. If they didn't, it's
I thought it was a
2-0.
ball.
Well, how did they get out of that jam in the 8th inning when there was runners on second and third with 1 out? Was there just a pop out?
So they struck out the first batter, then they hit a guy, and then they struck out the next batter.
Okay.
He's safe. You can see the oven mitt, whatever he's wearing. You can see it pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It should be safe, but we'll see.
Okay.
Major League Baseball calls typically are a little bit better than the NFL.
Thank you, Todd.
Well, we got Darth in here. We're going to see him this weekend.
Hey, absolutely.
All right, and he is safe at second base.
Yeah.
Another steal for run DLC, whatever the hell his name is.
Who's that bat now?
Friedel.
Friedel.
Oh, Friedel, though. Okay.
It's 2-0. He showed bunt twice. This pitcher's been very wild. He hasn't thrown a strike yet, in all honesty.
Hey, so, let me ask you: were you happy Ellie was leading off yesterday?
I don't care. The 2-0 to Friedel. They've got Ellie picked off in a rundown. Throw to second, running him over to third. Throw to third. Ellie's heading back to second. Heading back to third. The throw to third. Tag, and he's out at third base.
After the review, you get picked off? No.
Oh, come on.
I got to watch
Ellie
it.
cost him there.
Dang.
I did a pretty good job on that pickle. I haven't called one of them in a while.
God. I'm not used to
That's
seeing a
rookie
pitcher
move.
like that. Is there any chance that could have been a balk?
I don't know. I need to see it again. So now we're reset at 2-0 with Friedel. No one on. And strike one. Generous call way outside. That probably should have been ball 3. But alas, it's 2-1. Rogers comes plateward. Ball 3 way out of the zone. He's living on the edge right now. He walked Ellie. He's 3-1 on this guy. And quite frankly, he hasn't thrown a strike in this entire at-bat.
Yeah, gosh, that one was way outside.
Dang.
And Flores is getting a new pair of glasses as he trots back onto the field.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're set again at 3-1. The pitch from Rogers fouled off. I think the catcher just got it right in the old gonads. He's not happy.
Real quick, Crypt Keeper does have I like what he said. We need TJ Antone back. Looks like August 19th, I think is what they said, is the target date for him. Captain Hook.
I mean, if he's still good, it's been like 3 years.
I know.
You have no idea what you're going to get out of him.
Ooh. I just saw the pitch get fouled off and
we got a full count to Friedel.
Go to the
The
nether
3-2. High chopper right side, fielded by the second baseman, on to first for the out.
Man.
If I'd have known his name, I'd have said it, but I don't know who these guys are for the Giants. I just know how to announce. And that'll bring up Rookie of the Year candidate Matt McClain.
Uh-oh.
Old diehard to the plate.
Die hard.
He does have a home run yesterday. The first pitch to McClain takes a fastball right down the pipe. Strike one.
Right down the right.
I assume it's a fastball. It went 83. It was probably a changeup, but it was fat. The 0-1 pitch to McClain, and he takes a changeup on the outside. Strike two. Showing our home run from yesterday.
Yesterday. I see what you did there. I like it.
And the 0-2 McClain popped it up to the left side. Shortstop calling, shading the sun, and he makes the catch. We have bonus baseball as if 2 games wasn't enough today.
Oh, God.
On to the 10th.
Yep. Well, since we're talking Reds right now, why don't we, while we have a break, let's talk a little CES.
Dad's calling like he forgot we had a show.
I'll mute you.
Decline.
Oh.
Sorry, Dad.
I thought you'd answer it.
No.
Let's dive into a little CES. Haven't seen a whole lot.
Seen a couple pop-ups, but
yep, that's
man,
about it.
I am very dark today. I need to
What do you guys think about the timing of calling them up?
Santori, you want to go first?
I think the Reds lost 5 of 6 and hit the panic button. It needed something to keep the fans interested and hoping for a little bit of a spark, even though it made no difference whatsoever. You could have called him up 3 days ago or today. The roster move is kind of what I joked about on air a couple of times. They were just going to have a phantom injury, and now Kevin Newman's tummy's upset. So CES finally gets to play. All it took was a little bit of bad Chipotle, and CES is on the roster.
I wish they would have called him up during the Milwaukee series. I mean, it was a big series coming up. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, you had a big series. I don't know why they just wouldn't have done it. The timing to me was interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Santori, I trust your opinion more than mine, but I just wish they would have called him up for the Milwaukee series. But I did say at one point, I didn't know if we had any room, but hey, you make room for someone like that. I mean, we still have a good batting order, but the problem is everybody's just been cold right now. I mean, it's just oof,
Well, the team approach to hitting is not working. I think the league is starting to figure out that if we just don't throw them fastballs in the strike zone, we're okay. The best hitters on the planet are the ones that can hit the breaking ball because that means they don't miss the fastball.
Yep.
So I'll give my 2 cents. So exactly what happened when they called up Ellie Like it's what Santori said. They hit the panic button. They lost to the Brewers in the series, and then they call them up that following series. This is what they did with CES. So I think it's very, very similar situations. I see that Santori's favorite pitcher is up to
Yeah,
throw.
fucking drumstick, man.
Who is
also,
it?
Ian Jabot. He's also it's ball one to Jock Peterson, who looks like he ate Jock Peterson. What happened to him?
Yeah,
Didn't
he's
he play for the Dodgers?
He's thicker than a Snicker now, man.
He's gotten a little bit bigger.
It's his swing's got a little bit more to go around in the middle. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. Remember, he was all world for the Dodgers, and now he's an all-you-can-eat buffet for the Giants. What happened? He moved up the coast and got fat.
Is he leading off because he came in to pinch hit for somebody?
I don't know.
It's showing.
No, it
showing
says
that
he has
had
a walk earlier.
Right, but I mean, did he come in to pinch hit for somebody? Is that his only at-bat?
Probably. I don't know. It's 1-1 from old Drumstick on the mound.
Hey, that's what I've got. Are we finally caught up?
I don't know. The 1-1 pitch fouled off down the right field line. Great play by the ball boy. Good fundamentals. Squared the ball up, got underneath it, wouldn't let it past him. If Buckner would have done that, we'd have had a different World Series event.
Oh, they warned Jabot. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I'm way ahead of you.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. We're not caught up.
Douche Canoe gets his leadoff second.
Wisely, I believe. Not saying he's got a wise lead.
Jabot checks the runner. The 1-2 fouled off right behind home plate. Probably would have hit Tommy Thrall right in the old schnoz. Look out, Tommy.
Yep. Bet you Joe would have made the catch if it was up there.
Maybe. They're shading him to pull, playing him right behind the bag at second. And the 1-2 from Jabot. Ball in the dirt, smothered nicely by Stevenson. And we're going to go 2-2.
Uh-oh.
What?
Somebody sighed.
No, he's just rubbing his hands with rosin, trying to get a little bit extra ticky-tack on that ball.
Oh.
I'm just nervous, man.
Jabot checks the runner. And Plateward with the 2-2. Ball way upstairs. Would have hit him right in the jaw if it had been inside. We're going to run the count full because that's what our bullpen does.
Yeah, no. Oof.
The pressure.
Man, God, this is so torture with this Reds bullpen.
Full count, runner on second, extra innings. Shot clock down to 3. That's what I call it. He gets the pitch off and fouls it back. This is not good. Typically when people keep fouling pitches off, they're right on it. If he doesn't hit a rocket here, I'm going to be surprised. It's either going to be a walk or a line drive.
Oh, great.
It's one of those things where Jabot does not have a put-out pitch right now.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to throw strikes. You're hoping for a miss hit at this point.
Right.
We're going full again. And Plateward. And that's going to be line down the left field line over the head of Benson. He slams into the wall, picks it up, throws it back in. 1 run scores, and he's going to be into second safely. 3-2 Giants.
Yeah, you called it pretty much.
It wasn't down the line. It was straight into left field. Look down the line off the bat. But if you're listening at home, it was down the line. That's the beauty of radio.
Damn.
Debbie Downer.
Now, come on now.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God.
Come on now.
Not over yet. It's not over yet.
We still have to bat. All right. Flores to the plate, 3 for 4 today.
Here we go.
Strike upstairs. Probably was a ball. Got a little help there. He's 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run. He ain't done shit. That's a bad day on Xbox. Why don't you have 3 home runs?
So is your language the reason you're not in broadcasting?
Probably. 0-2 fouled off to the right side.
Santori, is that a pumpkin right over there?
Yeah, it's a Mickey pumpkin.
Oh, cool.
Got it for Halloween. His mouth is the bowl.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Jabot checks the runner. The 0-2 pitch. I don't know what the hell happened. He accidentally hit it to first. Oh, my God. Oops. He's out.
Oh, wait. Is there a runner on second still, or?
The runner went to third. I'm sorry. He checked his swing and hit off the knob of the bat and rolled to first.
Check swing, okay.
Well, he hit it with the knob, not the barrel, and it went in fair territory.
Oh, I see it. Oh, wow.
I don't know how to call that. Oops.
Hey, it's good practice, buddy. You got to be ready for anything, right?
That was an excuse me knobbing.
Yeah. Right off the knob.
Just think
Here's
how far
Conforto. 0 for 4 today.
Here we go.
He's due. Chopper foul to the right side.
Just think of how far it would have gone if it hit Ellie's knob.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about anything hitting a knob. Sounds painful.
Yes, it does.
Infield pulled in. Don't let this run to score. You can survive a 1-run deficit in extras with that base runner.
Yep. Yeah, we got
the 0-1 to Conforto. Fouled off to the left side. He's got 2 fastballs in on the hands.
All right, 0-2. Here we go. Just give me a pop out or something.
How's everybody liking the play-by-play here, guys?
I'm liking it, man. It's almost better than watching it right here. Very specific detail. I like this.
Infield in on the grass. Jabot's at 13 pitches. The 14th pitch, just a bit inside. Almost clipped him on the old elbow.
Right.
Took a little bit off that one. Trying to locate it, I guess.
James thinking about Ellie's.
Conforto stares down the pitcher.
Here we go.
Jabot stares down the ground. The 1-2 pitch. Smothered by India. Throw home. Not in time. The run scores. Damn it. He hit a rocket, and India made a diving play, but he was going on contact.
Yeah. I think Matt's giving the old reverse jinx. That's what he's doing.
That was a hell of a play by India, but he wasn't going to get him with a good throw. That
did the runner already have was he already taken off?
He was halfway down the line.
Oh, okay. But would he have gotten him at home if he kind of would have?
No. Not a good throw. No.
Oh, damn.
He beat the throw by 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were down by 2 now, right?
Yep, 4-2.
Good effort.
Wade Jr. at the plate. The first pitch to him is slapped to the left side. Diving play by Ellie. Throw to first. The rocket got him. What a play.
Was it better than yesterday's play where he got it halfway across first base? Or
Well, he's got dirt all over his chest, so yeah.
All right, then. Hey, come on, Matt. Game ain't over.
He threw that sidearm like 150 miles an hour.
National Ice Cream Day tomorrow. God dang, I was going to have ice cream tonight. Dang it.
Jeez. I just saw it. Whoa.
I'll be right back, guys.
I'm pretty good at this. I paint the picture. Uh-oh. We got someone barking over in the Giants dugout. Umpire's pulling something out of his pocket. I don't know if someone just got tossed or what. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know. He's definitely out.
Oh, we got a substitution. Sable coming in to run at second. Blake. Balake. Sable. He must. That third run must mean everything for them.
So who are they bringing in?
I don't know. Someone's pinch running. I think that's a mistake. Drain your bench here. All right. The first pitch to Bailey's down in the dirt. Fantastic defensive catcher.
This guy's worse than Chris Sabo because he's got an L.
Listen.
You see that? Last name ends with L.
Bailey is hitting 279 on the year. 0 for 3. Rookie catcher. Ball 2 up high. Jabot's giving up 3 rockets. Now he's afraid to throw a strike. That's kind of how this bullpen goes, though. They get 2 outs and they forget what they're supposed to do for the third. Shot clock down to 10. Jabot checks the third different runner at second this inning and fires in a strike.
I'm not sure what a Raiders chance is,
What? Huh.
but is he talking like Matt? Are you talking about the Bengals Raiders playoff game where they had a shot?
Just win, baby. Who knows?
Yeah, just when did we get the? Are we now in our inning? Are Reds now going to be?
No, Greg, they're still hitting. We're not that good.
Oh.
The 2-1 strike took a fastball right down the can, froze him at 94 miles an hour. He ain't seen cheese like that in this league. God damn, Bailey. Buckled the old knees. Threw him the old beach ball, and he couldn't take it. Best pitcher in America checks the runner at second. Steps off. Chases him back. It's okay. Laboring here. Getting ready to throw our 21st pitch of the inning. Shot clock down to 6. Jabot checks the runner. His shirt has unbuttoned one more notch. The 2-2 popped him up. Benson coming in on the play, and he's got it. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th, down 2 for your Cincinnati Reds.
We got this.
Brought to you by Laura's Lean Beef.
Oh.
You all right?
I dropped that thing on my foot. It hurt like heck.
All right.
Well,
I'm fine.
I don't know. Like, there's not a ton to talk about with CES, obviously.
No.
We talked about the timing. He hasn't, the game hasn't even finished yet, so there's no reason to jump to any conclusions based off of his performance so far. So let's dive into Joe Mixon. Let's talk about this contract because
yes,
I do want to say some details and then I'll throw it to you guys.
I do want to add one detail before you get started.
Okay.
So technically speaking, any kind of pay cut is a restructure.
Mm-hmm.
So there's simple restructure and then there's a full restructure. Simple restructure is when you have pay cut or just pay increase, right? We initially thought this was going to be a simple restructure, but they also did look at his incentive-based earnings.
Yep.
So this is a full restructure, which means knock one of those other pegs down. This is the first restructure in the history of the Cincinnati Bengals. They've never done that before.
Look out.
Simple or full restructure. They've never done it.
So what Santori's talking about is Joe Mixon took a $4.39 million pay cut this year and a $4.67 million pay cut for next year. So the 2023 base turns into $5.51 million. He can make an extra $2 million a year in incentives. He also has the signing bonus, if I'm not mistaken. That's about 2.2.
2 on the dot.
2 on the dot. Okay. So opens up the possibility of him also sticking around next year. That's all per good old Ian Rappaport. So, fellas, what do you think?
So it's a 4.3 cut on the base, but they upped his incentivized pay because he had about 1.35 worth of incentives that he was able to make. Now he's got up to 2. It still saves them if everything's maxed out about 3.5 million over everything. But that's 3.5 this year, probably another 3.5, 4.5 next year. I mean, he gave up $8 million. I don't know what kind of other options he really was going to have on the free market. It's not like any of the big running backs are getting signed right now. Austin Eckler's throwing his bitch fit, and he has a contract. Barkley was offered less guaranteed money than what the franchise tag is worth. So if Joe Mixon were to say, no, just cut me, he wasn't going to sniff $9 million anywhere else. So, I mean, they kind of had him over a barrel. He kind of had to do it, but he still did it, which is nice for the team.
Yes. Greg, go ahead, bud.
You know what? Like I said, I was at the Reds game. When I saw on my phone Joe Mixon takes a pay cut, Santori, I'll have you elaborate on this. It's not normal for the Bengals to restructure contracts like that. Is that correct?
Well, they've never done it. This is the first time ever.
And like I say, Kelsey Conway, she had a tweet out that was very, very interesting. I believe that was sent out. Notice in the tweet she says, this paves the way for deals, plural deals to come in the coming weeks. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, that could just mean that obviously Joe Burrow could be Joe Burrow, Logan Wilson. But, I mean, I like the word plural and the word deals, if you guys know what I'm saying,
Well, sure.
Absolutely. Every little bit helps.
Quick update for what it's worth. Fraley just lined out the center off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Jonathan India, boy wonders at the plate. First
Who's on
pitch to
second?
him. I don't know. What's on third?
Yeah, I was.
Who's on first?
Yeah,
Whoever ended the last inning. So
Okay.
I don't know. Don't care. Doesn't matter. That run doesn't matter anyway.
yeah. We need 2.
I
Ball
get it.
one inside. The guy's pumping some heat. I've seen 99, 198.
Ooh,
Come on, Johnny. Tattoo one like you did yesterday. The 1-1. Oh, check the swing on a slider outside. Give it the old little hip shimmy on that one. He's feeling loosey goosey.
oh, he did.
You
He brought
didn't
it
expect
left-
to. You didn't expect to wake up and roll to the ballpark at 100 degrees on the hands, or 100 miles an hour in on the hands.
It was probably pretty
99
hot.
up top for a ball. 3-1. To old Johnny. There is one out. Runner on second. Reds down 2 in the 10th here. Doval, who is one of the better closers in baseball, is on the mound, pumping in straight gasoline. The 3-1. Strike 2 inside. Probably should have been ball 4. India started walking to first base, but it was close enough.
Santori, a quick question. What, with the technology we have now, why are we playing by the 1800 rules with the umpires behind the plate?
The umpires don't want to get shown up.
No.
The full
I think
count to
they're gonna-
India. Swung on and missed.
It's all right. Another out.
Swung at a cutter up and away. It'd have been a strike.
I just saw the pitch that he didn't swing at and was walking towards first. Holy crap! How did they call that a strike?
How bad was
Well,
it? Was it?
It was a full baseball inside. It was
I was
about
gonna
3
say,
inches off the plate.
I was going to say about 4 or so. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Down to our final out, and here's Joseph Daniel Votto.
Oh, here we go.
The first pitch is fouled off to the left side, 101 miles an hour on the gun.
101.
101 upstairs.
Yeah, we watched a little bit. We saw it.
Did Corey ever answer my question about why he's not respectful?
No, he did not.
The,
Was it
the
asked?
0-1 pitch inside.
No, it was not.
I didn't think it would.
We didn't think he'd get asked.
Yeah. Well, just so you guys know, there was a little training camp story how my mom got him to sign my jersey. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
we watched it.
Okay, cool.
Ball 2 inside. Slider off the ankles.
As soon as you started telling that story, I was like, I've heard this story before. I know exactly what he's about to say.
India just stole third because nobody's over there. Or not India, McLean. He just trotted on over. Nobody gave a shit. Unless I missed a bulk, he just decided to meander on over there. You'll see it in a second. All right.
Nope, no
The
ball.
2-1 to Joey. Swung on and missed. 100 miles an hour up top. Straight heat. Down to the final strike in inning 3 of many today. Timeout, Joey. Joey's got a little 5 o'clock shadow. He's looking a little grizzled. Get that old wily veteran look going. Encarnacion Strand is on deck for what it's worth. The 2-2. Strike 3.
Swinging?
Yep. Looked like a cutter or a slider. 91. A little bit low. It was in the strike zone.
All right, Matt, you were right. It's over now.
Hey, we got another game coming. It could immediately change.
Thank God. Another 9 innings of fucking breeze ball.
I wonder if the game will be delayed a little bit because of the extra innings. Do you think it will be?
Yeah, they'll push it back some.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'll push it back. Probably, I would say closer to what time is it now? 6:34. What do you think? 7:45 ish.
I don't know.
Well, shout out to Williamson. I thought he did play pretty well yesterday. 2 runs in 6 innings. I didn't think that was a bad outing.
No.
I didn't get to watch it, but I mean the stat line's fine.
Yeah. So,
it's
since
good.
should we go back to Joe Mixon talk? I think because I was talking about how this opens up for though I was using the word plural deals. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know if it opens it up for plural. It definitely opens it up for one or one and a half. Here's the thing. Let's say someone gets a $12 million signing bonus on a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Right? Because the cap hit is the one that gets the signing bonus, the cap hit gets distributed equally, right? So let's say it's a 3-year deal. It's a $12 million signing bonus. I don't know. We'll just pretend it's Logan Wilson. I'm just throwing numbers and pulling them out of my ass right now.
Right.
$12 million over 3 years is a $4 million cap hit. It at least opens the room for that. So one decent signing bonus is what that cleared up for. If you're T. Higgins and you're getting a $25 million signing bonus over 4 years, it clears up most of that too. So, I mean, you definitely got the signing bonus for one of the big ones, not Joe, because that signing bonus is going to be a lot larger than 10 to 20, most likely anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely gives you the flexibility for one of those two guys to have a big contract. So that's cleared up. At least the signing bonuses.
Mm-hmm. Well, Santori, so when I was on Bruce today, we had a guy, he writes for Cleveland.com, for the Bengals for Cleveland.com, but he made an interesting statement. He said, try to get Burrows signed, Higgins signed. What is the franchise tag number for a linebacker? How much do you have to pay a linebacker in franchise tag?
It's passed for this year. You can't do it.
Way too much.
Oh.
But they had to designate that a while ago. It's not even an option.
Yeah,
no, for next year. Next year when Logan Wilson could be a free agent or something. Yeah. Let's say when Logan's a free agent, would it be cheaper to franchise tag Logan Wilson? Because for a receiver, it's over $20 million. No,
it's the same thing for a linebacker.
Oh hell no!
It's about 18 to 22, somewhere in that range.
Hell no.
That's a guess. You can find it. They report all those numbers, but there's been 3 or 4 guys to get $20 million a year as a linebacker.
Hey, franchise tag for 2023, almost $21 million.
Oh damn!
Yeah, there it is.
Way more than a safety?
Yeah, safeties are not valued by
14,
NFL teams anymore.
14.4, almost 14.5.
Really?
Yeah,
keep in mind, Jesse Bates just got one of the richest contracts for safety in the history of the NFL at like 14.
Wow. Yeah. Well, no, because the reporter also said he thinks Jesse Bates could have came back. I think Bates could have came back, but I think when we found out we could get Orlando Brown, don't you kind of think they're like, look, Jesse, we love you, but you got to protect Joe for Santori. Your motto was get the quarterback, and your second motto was protect the quarterback. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like guys that are willing to leave a Super Bowl caliber team by splitting hairs over a single $1 million. It tells me you don't care about winning. You care about money. And that's fine. You got to, get paid. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So, I mean, if that's really what you need, I guess I get it. But if I had a chance to play with Joe Burrow and Lou Anarumo for $14 million, or the Atlanta Falcons and whatever the hell they have going on for $15 million, that's an easy decision for me. I'm biased, but here, let's take it out of it. Let's say I'm a safety for the Chiefs, and I have the opportunity to sign for 14 and play with Patrick Mahomes, or I have the opportunity to take 15 and go play in Cleveland. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not a hard decision for me.
Yeah,
I want to win. It's my quality of life between $14 and $15 million after taxes and agent fees and everything else that happens. Especially if I'm that kind of a player, I've got a lot of endorsement deals.
That's what I was going to say.
It doesn't change. The only thing that might tip the scales a little bit is if it was a situation where it's like, oh, I'm going to play in Florida for a pretty close caliber quarterback. Let's say Tua was a little bit better. And I don't have income tax. Like maybe that sways it, because that's why Sin-Soo Choo left the Reds to go to the Rangers, because he was offered the same deal, but in Texas, so you don't have income tax. So that's a lot of money.
Yes,
that does make a difference, and the Rangers were really good at the time. So that makes a difference. But I want to win. That's why, Bowles says down there in the comments with Uzama.
Yep.
you took the same contract to play with Zach Wilson, who's no longer the quarterback. Now, granted, I guess you lucked out because you fell into Aaron Rodgers in the twilight of his career, playing Brett Favre Part 2. But man, like, I care about winning, man. I really do. I'll never understand taking a fractional upgrade to leave a better quarterback or better system. It doesn't make sense to me. I had opportunities to when I coached. I can tell you for a fact, I had opportunities to move up and take better jobs that paid a lot more. I was not leaving the position I had at LaSalle High School because it came with a ring almost every single year that we were there. I had I guess I'll name drop. I had Lawrenceburg High School asking me to go coach varsity. I was just a sideline assistant on Friday nights at LaSalle. They wanted me to be a varsity coach over at different schools, and I said no. I wasn't leaving what I had just to chase a title or a better paycheck. Right. So I can tell you that that's not just false bravado from me. I care about the ring. I had the opportunity to move up to college ball, and I was ready to do it. That was the only thing that was going to sway me from the GCL was moving into college. So, I mean, I can tell you I stuck to my guns. I made $1,200 a year as an assistant at LaSalle. I drove an hour there and an hour back every single day. It cost me more to get there than I did making it. I lost money working at LaSalle every year, but I wasn't about to give up the opportunity to win and build a legacy. Some people care, some people don't. I don't know.
And I think building off of that, it seems like Mixon, I know that he didn't have a whole lot of options, but it does seem like, because he said it before all the stuff came out, he said it last year during the season, that he wanted to do what he could to stay in Cincinnati. It does kind of confirm what he said, that he wants to be in Cincinnati. He wants to play for a Super Bowl with Cincinnati. It looks like he's going to be here for the next 2 years.
It does. I'm still curious what it would have been like if this was 15 years ago and the running back market wasn't in its current free fall that it is now. Because, Zeke's not getting paid. Fournette's not getting paid. Yeah. Dalvin Cook's not getting paid. Barkley's having a hard time getting paid. Pollard's having a hard time getting paid. Mixon, who is just up there with all of them, had to take a pay cut. If he's a free agent, he's one of the better ones, probably top 3 in the field right now. Yeah. But he wouldn't be number 1. I think Dalvin Cook will probably still be number 1. Maybe he's a 1A, 1B situation, but Cook ain't getting shit. So, you know what? Unless he's wanting to play basically for free, then you get to pick your team. But there's only 2 or 3 teams to pick from that are a better upgrade than Cincinnati right now. Arguably. Kansas City, the Eagles maybe, and they just lost half their defense. And I guess you can throw Buffalo in that mix because they're a really good competition. Outside of that, anywhere you go is a pay cut and a downgrading situation. Well, they didn't really have that many options.
Santori, to piggyback what you were saying, how players going for money, I think we can all agree. DeAndre Hopkins, he said he wanted to go somewhere where he had a quarterback that wanted to win. I mean, come on, man. Just be honest. You went for the money. There's nothing wrong with that. But
he put out 3 stipulations.
Yeah. Right.
I want a solid front office. I guess Tennessee has a consistent front office. They gave up A.J. Brown for like nothing, so I'd be questioning how they value receiver already. Yeah. Then he said he wants a quarterback. Okay, well, Tannehill's on the twilight of his career. They're getting ready to cut Malik Willis, who they just drafted, and Will Levis, the fucking mayonnaise and coffee guy over there, is struggling already. So you don't have a quarterback. One of the best quotes ever is, if you have more than one quarterback, you don't have one. Yep. So they don't have a quarterback. So you don't have a front office that values the passing game. You don't have a front office that values receiver. You don't have a quarterback, and then he says he wants to contend. Well, they ain't contending for shit because they don't have a quarterback.
Hey, as Bengals fans, we're grateful he went there, right?
So then I don't really care where he went. I mean, he's getting older. I know he's still talented, but, I don't think anybody was scared to death when the Cardinals picked up A.J. Green either. No. It is what it is.
The needle
he got 2 years, $26 million, I think is what it was, an average of 13 a year. That's not ultra expensive for what top flight receivers are going for. Most are going 20 to 25 right now. They're going to start hitting 30 soon. So he's the price of a little bit more expensive version of Tyler Boyd. He kind of chased money, I guess, but he didn't chase the situation for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Bengal Dad?
Oh, you're talking the right sport, at least.
At least with your name tonight, yeah.
I've now been down here for 21 innings and have seen 3 hits and no runs.
Bengal Dad, I was at Friday games too, buddy, so I feel your pain, bud. I'm sorry.
I should have never come back.
We called the final 2 innings. You missed me with some.
Oh, he
I had good ones. I called Ellie's diving catch. I called Ellie's pickoff.
Yep.
All the good and bad that comes with him.
Tell about the first base hit, that guy, the check swing first base.
I'm sitting there calling the game, and I say, "Here's the pitch." Oops, and he's out. They're like, "What happened?" I don't know if you guys can see it there, but he checked his swing and it hit off the knob of the bat and rolled to first. It didn't hit off the barrel. It hit off the bottom of the knob.
No, I knew it hit off his hand area. I just don't know what Ellie was doing at second. All they were going to do was bunt him to third, and he just starts straying off of there.
He's aggressive. He's young.
He's got a little bit of that wild horse Yasiel Puig in him, and some of that needs to be reined back in just a bit.
Yeah.
He's made a couple oopsies already. I think he knows that. I do think he's a smart ball player. So we'll see how much of that he starts to control. He still has only been up here for about a month. So
I was going to say 30-something games.
The bumps are going to happen, but unfortunately his bumps feel like they're really big bumps. He either makes a play we've never seen or a throw we've never seen, or he strikes out and gets picked off. There's no real in between with him right now. He is so hot and cold.
Yeah. It's very, very frustrating.
At least we've got Luke Dreamweaver pitching tonight.
Yeah, your favorite pitcher, Dad.
Yeah.
Dreamweaver.
I think you're going to see an offensive renaissance tonight.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's kind of what brings the bats out, right?
Yeah.
If we don't hit tonight, we might lose 10-1.
The Giants are so confident, they're not even warming anybody up before the game. They know they don't have to warm up.
What time have they announced what time it's going to start?
I haven't heard. You know when you get so mad and you feel like your head's spinning and you can't hear things? That's where I'm at right now.
I've seen it. It's a sight to behold.
Ellie De La Cruz has been on base one time this entire homestand.
Yeah, well,
And he fucked it up.
Oh!
That's the guy we're all in love with. I don't like flash. I like production. I'm getting a bunch of flash out of him.
He dropped the F-bomb.
I told you, that's pretty normal when he's not on air during Reds games. He gets a little bit more emotional than I think people realize. He almost broke a coffee table the other night, and we won that game.
Oh.
I think we lost him.
Uh-oh. We lost him.
Game that's supposed to be played.
Uh-oh.
And when they get stupid, I can't stand it. And baseball's not a fast game. It's not like football where, you don't have time to think about something. It's irritating.
We were surprised too.
I'm surprised because it's on air. That's par for the course for the living room. But it's a little different on air, I guess. It's kind of fun.
Darth knows.
I can't hear what you're saying.
The chat is the chat's blowing up with some love from you, I guess.
Someone needs to get the kicker bully out of the heat. That's what Chris.
I mean, if anybody in the city is happy with what's going on right now, they're a loser.
Oh,
They
shots fired.
got into the biggest games that this team could play in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, and they just totally shit the bed.
It's not wrong.
They can't hit a fastball. They can't hit a curveball. They can't hit a lefty. They can't hit a righty. They can't hit anything.
I think calling somebody a loser is a little tough.
Yeah, Shelley,
If you like
happy with
losing,
it.
you're
Hey,
If you're
Shelley,
happy with this, you're happy
is it
with
that
this.
time to ask for a song, Bengal Dad? Can we hear a song?
yeah. Shelly's asking for a song.
She
Ain't
said,
getting
"Is it
no
a bad
freaking
time?"
song out of me.
Oh,
All right, well, go grab a UDF malt and some Grippos and try and calm down.
You know the only thing good down here tonight is $2 hot dogs.
nice.
That's the only thing worth coming down here for.
That's true.
Get like 50 of them. Put them in your pockets.
All
Here
right,
you
I
go,
am.
buddy.
I think what's funny is Crypt thinks I'm super cutthroat, but y'all haven't seen my dad and Mad yet.
I think we just did.
No,
that
see,
was still pretty tame.
Well, no, see,
honestly.
I remember you telling me when they win a game, he'll want to talk about the game all night and the next morning, but when they lose, you leave him alone, right?
I don't know. He's around, like he's walking around the concourse saying, "The Reds effed it up" out loud.
Yes.
He's steamed.
Damn.
From the
That's-
outside looking in.
That's still honestly, if I have to be 100% honest, because I know that's like a 10 out of 10 for you guys, considering what you guys see on the show.
Right.
At home, if I'd have been watching that at home, that level that you just heard was probably like a 5.
Damn.
Gotcha.
This is the guy that I've seen put holes through walls and then spackle it and hang up a picture to pretend that it didn't happen.
All within the span of an hour.
Oh, there was one game we won this game. It was a Bengal game against the Steelers, and he kicked a chair across the room and snapped the chair in half. We won the game. That was just middle of the game. Like there are some tantrums for sure. That was pretty mild.
Has it ever been bad where he had to leave the house ever, or no?
He's like gone outside to walk it off. Cool down. Yeah.
I try to stay away from the tantrums anymore with the kiddos because I don't want to teach them a way to react that a little tough.
Buddy, I've been kicked out of my house.
Doesn't mean that people that react that way are wrong. It just means I'm trying to keep the kids a little dialed in.
I've been kicked out of my house one time.
Greg,
I lived at home.
you kicked out of your own house.
Yeah, but no. My family could hear me. I'd just make them to suck. I have a loud voice sometimes, so
What? You don't.
just a rumor. Yeah, but no, I've been kicked out. I cannot watch the games with family members. That's just me. I can watch with you guys, just not with family.
I like you said it's a rumor. That's
I like how we were like talking exactly about D Hop's contract and Reds fucked it up. Show spiked back down to here.
But no, can I go something back on running backs? When I was
Sure. Let's talk about running backs.
no. When I was interviewing Corey Dillon did say, "I'm so glad I'm retired right now." He says, "I'm glad I'm not," because we're back then. That's when running backs got paid, and you look at running backs now. I do feel bad for him, but I don't know, man. It's just a rough time for him,
Darth said he doesn't.
I don't feel bad for a retired professional athlete. No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not going to feel bad for the guy that got to play with Tom Brady, rush for 1,400 yards and won a Super Bowl. Oh, what a horrible situation to be in.
Well, no, like back then, that's when running backs got paid. I think the last great running back, in my opinion, that Sean Alexander. Well, I mean, Sean Alexander, that was like the last one I knew that had the whole workload before you had a committee of running backs, or maybe that could be. I guess you could say Arian Foster before he got hurt, but Peterson.
Derrick Henry did.
I guess Derrick Henry did do. Yeah, you're
Chris
right.
Johnson.
All right, anybody that played for Tennessee.
He ran for over 2,000 yards.
That is true.
Did we forget about Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, I did. I got to keep pulling myself up. Okay.
Come on, Greg. We keep going.
No. Let's think here. Peyton Hillis. No, I'm just kidding.
Ben Jarvis Green Ellis got his share. He just wasn't very good.
I did like him at some point in the game. Peyton Hillis had that one good season. The man cover legend, Peyton Hillis.
Jamal Lewis?
I like Jamal Lewis, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Le'Veon Bell, he was kind of a workhorse.
Yeah, that is true. So, okay, so I'm wrong. Nick Chubb.
hey, it's all right. It happens. It's all good.
I'm going to keep going.
No, say, Troy, you got me.
No, it's all good. So we've talked about Mixon a little bit. What do you think about his production for the upcoming season? What do you like? Where do you see him now that that's gone and figured out the contract? Where do you think his head's at? What do you think he's going to attempt to do this year? Don't say play his best. Because that's you, Santori. You would.
I don't think his headspace has ever been an issue. I think he's actually been a pretty reasonable guy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's always seems to be, and I will say this, he always seems to be a team player. I mean, even down, we've seen it when he's hurt and there's a celebration in the end zone and he's still trying to run onto the field. And it's like, can come back. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
I don't think effort's ever going to be a problem. I don't think headspace is ever going to be a problem.
Right.
I think health is a problem. He's starting to miss some time, is what it is. Running backs do that. That's part of the reason why they don't get paid right now. He's a year older. He's going to be asked to take just as much workload as he was last year. God knows how the line's going to be.
Yep.
You know, if he's constantly getting hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage or having to make a move or getting blindsided, he might make 10 or 12 games. If they dial back some of the rushing and really let it rip throwing the ball because Joe's got time, he's going to last the whole year. Production-wise, it's just going to come down to health. If he's healthy the whole year, 1,600 all-purpose yards is not out of the question.
Right.
I could see him rush for 12 and receive for 4. I don't think that's anything ridiculous. That's kind of been his MO. And I know this is kind of a range, but, probably 7-ish touchdowns between 5 and 10 is where he's going to max out. He's not someone that they grind down at the goal line. That's never been his MO. He's going to catch maybe 50 passes. I mean, he caught a lot last year. Running backs typically average about 7 to 8 yards a catch if they're good. So 50 at 8 yards a pop, that puts him right about 400. And, he'll probably get 15 to 17 carries a game for 17 games. And I don't even want to try and do that quick math right now, but, that's about 230 carries a year, which is normal.
Last year he had the franchise record for receptions in 14 games. If he's able to do anything similar to that, he had 441 yards too. So I would take that all day.
Well, keep in mind, he had a really big year last year because the line still wasn't great for Joe.
Right.
There's as much as it pisses Cincinnati fans off when they called Joe a checkdown merchant, he's not living off checkdowns, but he does have his fair share of checkdowns. That's a good thing. I'd rather him have a check down than get sacked. That tells you he's a quick processor, because he's not going to have the time to not check down. That's just the necessary evil sometimes. So if Joe has more time, Burrow has more time, he might not get as many receptions to Mixon.
That's a good point.
Because that's a product of having to get rid of the ball quick too. So it all really depends. Because if the line's really, really good and he can road grade, he'll have 1,300 yards rushing, easy. If the line's really bad, he'll have 400 to 500 yards receiving, easy. It just kind of depends on his health and where that production comes from, but it'll come from some avenue.
And he also ended up with over 800 yards rushing. I'm talking. It's if the line holds up, I could see 1,000-yard rusher and a 300 reception, maybe.
That's fine.
Somewhere in there, and I would absolutely take that out of a running back that is kind of going the wrong way in terms of his age. He's not in his prime, if you want to say.
I mean, he should be at 27, but he came out young,
right?
So there's a lot of tread.
Yeah,
that's been taken off those tires.
Yes.
Over the last 6 years.
Here, Tyler has one. Approximately 1,150 yards, 7 touchdowns on 206 attempts, 425 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns on 69 catches. Bounce back season. That is very specific numbers there, Tyler, for being approximate. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Especially because I love the numbers here. 1,150. Okay, nice, easy round number with a 50 in it.
I like it.
7 touchdowns, whatever, a little less than half. 206 attempts, a little odd. 425, easy number. 5 touchdowns, easy number.
Here it is.
69.
Nice.
Where did that come from? Huh?
We love it, Tyler.
We know what you're doing.
Uh-oh.
Time to let the dogs out.
Uh-oh.
So, James, to piggyback on this, we actually talked about it on Bruce one time.
Oink.
Okay. And, so my guesstimate was, I'm just saying this because you got so many guys that are wanting the ball pretty much. You got extra running backs. But I'm going to go, if I had my guess, I think you guys, people might hate me for saying this. I'm just going to say 800 yards rushing, 400 yards receiving. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm only saying that because there's going to be so many guys that are going to want the ball. I think Chase Brown could steal carries from him. I could see Travion stealing carries, and we're a pass first team, so that's all. That's the reason why I'm saying that. This is in a good way,
I'll throw something at you, and we'll see if you agree.
Okay.
We don't have any more running backs than we do last year.
That's true.
That it's, P. Ryan is gone. Now Chase Brown could eat into that, though. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I think Travion's going to have a bigger role than what people realize.
I want to see that.
I want it too. Yeah,
Greg. If that happens, that's when you're right. I think.
No. St. Tori, was it you that? No, somebody tweeted like a Travion. Well, no, like one person tweeted he could be better than P. Ryan. I don't think you could compare Travion to P. Ryan. Is that a fair statement?
Well, they're different types of backs. Travion's a more traditional style running back, but people forget this about Travion.
Yeah.
One, when he came out, he was the best pass blocking running back in college football.
Yeah.
So you're not missing anything between Travion and P. Ryan there.
Right.
2, he had 1,800 rushing yards, Texas A&M, his final year in college. That's the SEC.
SEC Player of the Year, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, there you go.
Travion's a damn good ball player. He's just been behind Mixon his entire life.
Yep.
You want to talk about guys with a lot of talent and not a whole lot of wear and tear? It's Travion.
Wasn't that where we drafted?
There's a reason he never plays and he's still here because they don't want that talent to leave.
Well, didn't he get drafted that same year we drafted that kid out of Oklahoma who was a great back, but he just kept getting hurt all the time?
Rodney Anderson.
No, he had a very promising career. Like every time he showed signs. Yeah, I remember we drafted both those guys near the end of the end of that draft one year. Yeah.
Yeah, Rodney Anderson tore all 3 of his ACLs.
Ooh.
Do that math.
Damn, I don't want to do that, man. But yeah, no. I'm excited for Travion. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do. And like you said, St. Tori, there's a reason we still kept him, man.
Plus, he's wicked smart. I mean, didn't he just get like his doctorate or something? Or
a
master's?
I think he's a professor of law now.
Yeah, I know he's at least an adjunct professor. Like,
that's
smart.
what it is. You're right.
Yeah. Speaking of Travion, obviously it was about Jamar Chase, but it was so cool seeing him and Chase with that little kid yesterday on that ESPN Make-A-Wish. I mean, that was just so awesome to see.
Brixton?
Brixton, yep.
Santori put it out there good. I'm not crying.
I know.
That was a good one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it made me think, oh my gosh, what if I got that news about my kids? Like, that's exactly what it made me think. And I teared up immediately when I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Crypt has an interesting question.
What's that? Oh.
Yes, he does.
For those listening at home, even though we never upload this anywhere else, Miles, do I think coaches in high school football and college are going to have a hard time or problems signing or getting a young man to play running back? No, I don't. Not at all. Here's the deal. And this is just coming from experience of anybody who's been around any sport. I know probably too often I say, well, I coach, so I know this. And I hate saying that because it sounds very pompous, and I try not to do that. But anybody who's ever played a sport at any level knows this. Someone always wants the ball. And in high school, you run the ball a lot. So your star player is going to be begging for it. So no. High school, no. College typically, and people don't understand this, is about 5 to 10 years ahead of the NFL, and they're still using running backs. It's not going anywhere. The pay is very odd right now. It's what I've been screaming for the last 5 years, if you followed me on Twitter. And now that it's finally here, everybody's losing their mind, and I'm just like, I want to watch the world burn for a minute. But no, I don't think you're going to have any issues. College is so far ahead of the NFL. And here's the deal, and this is why I don't think you're going to have an issue. Running backs in college are still some of the star players, right? They just are. Even though it's a passing league, running backs in college are still star players. They just are. You still have a Saquon every year.
Yep.
You still have a Bijan Robinson every single year. And what's the difference between now and college football from 3 years ago? NIL deals.
Yep.
Running backs will get paid in college. That's the difference.
Yep.
And
They're not going anywhere.
there's only so many.
And the more they get paid in college, the less they got to worry about getting paid in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, there's only so many popular sports. Okay. Baseball, basketball, football, and then you could throw soccer in there because it's the world's most popular sport. In terms of the ones in America, you're talking the big three.
Yep.
There's only so many spots for people, and people want to be in there. So if it means they're going to have to play running back, they're going to play running back.
Here's the other thing that a lot of people don't necessarily realize with college football, especially high school. That's not necessarily true in professional football. What's the size of an NFL running back? 5'11", 6 foot, 210, right?
Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah, I would say 6 foot average.
In college, you can get down to 5'8", 179 pretty routinely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smaller guys that want to play ball have two spots
Mm-hmm.
at that size. Slot receiver and running back. And most of the time in high school, they played both. It's not going anywhere. That's their avenue to play sports.
Santori, am I naive to say that if you're smaller, that's hard for a guy to tackle, right?
It is lower center of gravity. That's why running backs are. That's why you don't see 6'5" running backs.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we said earlier on the phone, Santori, that you were going to be a really good nose tackle
Oh yeah,
and lighting people up. Got that low center of gravity.
I played nose tackle for like 3 practices in 3rd grade, and I didn't know what to do, so I just tackled the center, and he got really mad at me.
I like where Kevin's head's at right here. 100 touchdowns, 10,000 passing yards. Book it.
It's like 2.5 years. It'll happen.
No, I love it, though. I love the optimism. That's great. But I think the game is getting close to starting, the Reds game. So what do you guys think about ending it here?
I gotta pee.
That sounds like a good thing to do then. So, do you want to do the sign off, or you want me to, or you want Greg?
Let Greg do it.
All right, Greg.
I'm putting the spot here, huh?
Give us a good sign off.
Sign off. We lost it, but hell, we're playing again here shortly, so let's end it with a good night, Bengal Dad.
And right into the stretch. Looking back and throws up the middle. Rose is on his way around. Picked up by Otis.
Here comes the ready and now.